It's 6. Hello, everyone. Hi, how you doing? I hope you're well in this very cloudy weather. I think the weather's quite perfect for me, you know what I mean? But hey, we're back. We're at it again. Yet another episode of One-on-One Talk with Cox, out and about. We haven't done out and about in a while. And guess what? We're out and about in Bendo, where? Crest Hill.
Eagles Crest.
Oh, Eagles Crest, man. There's so many crests and so many hills out here, dog. You know what I mean? I'm sure if you notice, if you're looking around, if you look in the background, you can see that we are like fish out of water. This is not our usual places, so you know what I mean. We're moving up in these worlds, so keep watching. Keep watching. So what's happening? What's been happening with Sexton Wave? We've basically been preparing for the next year. You know, we decided to take a little hiatus from everything that's been going on. We noticed there's a lot of rush from, you know, a lot of people and a lot of things to just try and get things done for the sake of, I don't know, maybe showing if there's something going on. You know, you did something for the year, which is a topic we still need to talk about. So while we were actually just planning for the year, an actual topic ended up on our desk, you know what I mean? I felt like this is something we couldn't actually wait to deal with at the end of the year. This is something that we actually needed to address right now, because at the minute it was brought to our attention, the very day, you know, there was something like a storm in the studio and they made these arguments, and I actually thought that our guest was gonna run away, you know, but he didn't. He stood his ground, you know what I mean? And the reason I say this because this guy brought forth a very interesting topic, you know, and it's a topic that crossed paths with a lot of people's beliefs, you know, because we live in a world where people believe in a lot of different things, and every day these beliefs are always clashing, you know what I mean? And they create these religions, these beefs, or whatever you wanna call them, you know, religion versus religion, culture versus culture, mine is better than yours, you know what I mean? And here comes a guy out of nowhere who then tells us, or guys, I don't believe in anything. You know what I mean? This person tells us, well, okay, I don't believe in anything. And I don't believe in anything so much that I'm willing to put up 10,000 rands. Understand what I'm saying? This guy saying he's willing to put up 10,000 rands to debunk whatever it is that anyone claims to believe, or whatever supernatural phenomena they claim they can create or manifest. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Our guest for today is the 10,000 rand man who's willing. I don't even know what to call it, you know. But yeah, guys. Okay, welcome to the show, man. Pablo, what's good?
Thanks, man. I'm all good, and you, man?
I am very good, very good. Very lovely to have you on the show. Finally, we're doing this. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I feel like I prepared people mentally for what's about to happen, but I'd like you to maybe just tell the people a little bit more about yourself, you know.
Okay, before we go through this whole thing, we need to get one thing straight.
Yeah.
I did not say that I do not believe in anything.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying that whatever it is that I used to believe in, I just don't find a good reason for me to believe in it anymore.
Oh, okay.
I don't even find a good reason to believe in any other thing that people bring upon, you know what I mean?
So, which means already you're not currently believing in anything specifically right now. You're in between beliefs.
I'm actually in search for.
Oh, okay. Alright. This doesn't mean that the search is over. It just means right now you're in a holding pattern.
Yeah, actually at this moment I'm actually a clean being now, just trying to find.
We're gonna come back to that one, eh? A clean being, yes. But then, a little bit more about yourself.
Yes,
a little bit more.
Yeah, about myself, you know, as you heard, it's Pablo. People call me Babalelo Masugwame from Seshiro Polokwane. 32, husband, father, 2 sons, daughter on the way, businessman. You know, just the usual guy from Polokwane doing his own thing good. But all right, let's get to the main question.
Yeah, you know
know about me.
Yeah, the background that inspired all of this. You know, yeah.
I would say, okay, firstly, I'm from a Christian family. I was indoctrinated in that family ever since I was born in '88. My father is he's now a bishop of 20 churches. And then my mother, obviously, they split around 96. We're still small. And then, but she's always kept the faith in the Christianity. We grew up with her. She's the one who took us to church every single Sunday, youth on Friday, the whole 9 yards. There was actually a point where in my life I was supposed to be a pastor in one of my father's churches. So it's just as time went, I started realizing that the things that I'm going to be preaching to, before you start preaching, you start to study the Bible. You need to know what you're going to be teaching.
Go through the material.
Exactly. So when I started going through it, it was like a whole lot of horror going on in that book. Because before I used to just hear the Bible from the pastor speaking at church.
The sugar-coated versions.
They just say, let's open from this book, verse whatever, and then just read 3 lines, and then they just preach the whole 3 hours about those 3 lines. So when I started reading the whole book, I started realizing the horror. When I say horror, I found a whole lot of things that are not really moral.
Oh yeah.
So I started asking myself, why should I even follow such things, I started questioning it a lot. It actually started with the whole Jesus thing.
Yeah.
And I thought that I'm a spiritual guy now. I'm African. I'm just gonna go with God only, and maybe my ancestors and stuff. Then I started asking myself, because I know my grandmother and all that. So I asked myself, when my grandmother died, that could she actually know how to talk to me now? How is she really gonna really talk to me? So I questioned each and everything. I started seeing that everything was made up. All the witches that I was told about growing up.
Yeah.
Just to scare us, to put us in certain places. So I stood up at night around 12 to 3, 4, all these awkward hours that people speak about that you will find.
And nothing happened?
Nothing would happen to me. Absolutely nothing.
Have you ever played with the tears of a dog?
No, I had dogs. I think that's...
Hey, I once heard that if you take the tears of a dog and you put them in you and round around about those times, start, you know what I mean, you hang out until those times you do, you might see some.
Well, like I said, I'm from Show Zone 4. The dam.
Yeah.
The dam is conspiracies. Even now,
the city under the water.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I swam there. My mother.
Atlantis in Sicily.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I said I went there as a child. Still staying there. My mother beat me up. That's the only thing I got from that day. But inside the border,
bruises. Nothing happened.
Nothing at all. So,
okay, fine. So wait, tell me, with everything that you know now, right? With everything that you know now, how would you say, with everything that you know, how would you, if you had to chance to choose as a child, would you reject the so-called, what you refer to as indoctrination? Would you choose to be raised or to grow up without what your parents had imparted in you up to the point you decided to not use it anymore?
I actually enjoy this, can I call it a transition?
Yeah.
I actually enjoy it because I get to realize the amount of power that people can have, and I can see how weak the mind can be manipulated. So I actually, this whole thing made me start to even study. I'm a school dropout. I didn't get to finish my school and stuff. So I actually started studying the brain. I started studying the heart, the human body, how it works. Yeah. Because of this stuff.
So you felt like there was some kind of control aspect of everything that was going on, and you didn't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, it totally has to be.
You wanted to have full control of everything that was happening.
Yeah, we actually are controlled, because if you look at whether I was born in India, whether I was born in wherever it is. If I was born in India, I would probably be believing in whatever it is they believe that side.
Okay.
So here in South Africa, we were shoved this religions that they came up with, and not saying that before they came here we had a way of living. Even us, when we were here, we were believing in the king.
True.
Who claims that he can speak to
the gods and
stuff like that, which really did not make any sense to me. So I love the transition. To answer your question, I love the fact that I grew up in that indoctrination, and for me to come to where I am now. It was a milestone. It was a stepping stone getting you to where you're going. Yeah, I got to learn a lot of stuff. I got to learn about types of bloods and types of hearts that you need.
Yeah. What? Yeah. So okay, guys. Hey, man, I feel like we need to take a little breather. You know what I mean?
Right.
take a little break. We'll join us after these messages, man. There's a lot to talk about. I have a feeling today's show might be a little long, so strap in.
Yeah.
5 kids, I won't fight back. Playtime ain't work out, cause every damn move is a slide back. And I don't trust humans, I got my back. I plug my music and then blast that. No time to invest in emotions, kinda hard to get your pride back. Paranoia got me antisocial. Paranoia got me antisocial. I'm running out of my mind. I'm running out of my mind. Paranoia got me antisocial. Paranoia got me antisocial. I'm running out of my mind. I'm running out of my mind. Paranoia got me antisocial. Paranoia got me antisocial. I'm running out of my mind. I'm running out of my mind. Paranoia got me antisocial. Paranoia got me antisocial. I'm running out of my mind. These niggas is acting like pussies and bitches be acting like niggas. The way that people are toying with feelings, you think we became action figures. It's too late to holler at Jesus. These people are crazy, they changing their features. And lately I try to believe them, but after their actions I now understand that the snakes are just easy regardless. The cross as we screen, it's been a while since I spoke of the violence. I'm breaking the silence. I grew as a peasant, but now I'm a tyrant. And I wanna unite them. And just when they think I'm an enemy, I restore the power hidden inside them. And I'm not here to fight them. I'd rather get high with a couple of titans. But fuck what they do. If they fuck up my juice, then they fuck with it too. I'm a powerful too. And I do what I do for my hood, and I'm proud that I do. So fuck out of here. We don't get over this egotistical shit that we gon' get stuck up in here. I'm just never trusting anything that has the capacity to fuck up your day. Paranoia got me antisocial. Paranoia got me antisocial. I'm running out of my mind. I'm running out of my mind. Paranoia got me antisocial. Paranoia got me antisocial. I'm running out of my mind. I'm running out of my mind. Paranoia got me antisocial. Paranoia got me antisocial. I'm running out of my mind. I'm running out of my mind. Paranoia got me antisocial. Paranoia got me antisocial. I'm running out of my mind. I'm running out of my mind. Paranoia got me antisocial.
Oh man, we're back. Still chilling out here, man, in Crestville. What the hell?
Eagles Crest. Man.
Eagles Crest, man. I told you, man, these hills and these crests are many out here.
Yeah.
But then anyway, guys, we've been chilling with Pablo. He told us a lot about himself, and I know a lot of you probably have their own perceptions, and you've come up with your own little theories of who Pablo is. So now let's get a little bit more into it. Let's find out what exactly was the inspiration behind the show.
Oh yeah. Well, the show, like I was saying earlier, is that my father has these churches and all, so I had this pressure to want to be a pastor, to talk and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm a loudmouth, so I needed to exercise my talking.
Yeah.
So it couldn't be with preaching anymore, preaching the word of God, because I realized I'm actually deceiving my people more. So I thought, I'm not gonna let this just slide, and then I'm not gonna go to politics. We have Malema for that.
Yeah, He's doing the most.
Yeah, he's doing the most for the share. Well, you know how we be. So I figured, no, let me attack on the social networks and then start talking to people about these beliefs that they've given us. So, because
all these beliefs.
Yeah, all sorts of beliefs. It doesn't matter which way you're coming from. It's just that I talk Christian because I was in there for about 28 years of my life. Yeah. So there's nothing anybody can tell me about Christianity. So
when you say you there was a point where you it was something that you wanted to do. You felt a pressure to want to be a pastor. It wasn't something they were trying to get you to do. It was something that you felt, okay, I have to do this. My father's a pastor. Exactly. You know what I mean? I must follow suit.
Exactly.
And then somewhere along that line.
Yeah, because I had leaders. Well, not leaders. Can I say role models? People that I used to look up to back in the 90s. Tupac Shakur. Yeah. Guy who died at 25 influenced so many people.
Yeah.
I myself was influenced by him. So I felt like I needed a purpose to be here. I don't want to just live and die for nothing. So I felt I want to live for something, or die for something.
I'm sure a lot of people would argue that not believing in anything is not living for anything. You know what I mean?
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, the same way you obviously feel like, you know what I mean? What they're doing is not beneficial to them in any way.
Yeah.
And speaking of your family and the inspiration behind it, how did they take it? How has your family taken your desire to actually make a show about disproving what they believe in.
Well, my mother and sisters think Orginamuhete. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
And then
In those exact words.
exact words.
Yeah.
Like, if we're not Rajan, just believe in Mudim, I believe in Mudim.
Last number, Bragod.
I'm like, I just don't have a good enough reason to believe in them.
Yeah, that's not what I call him, by the way. That's what I heard some guy call him. It was
Yeah, they call him Bragod
Captain Small, I think. I saw a
Oh,
video
yeah?
of him saying it. Bragod, it's all Bereka Dama. I was like, oh, okay. Cool
Yeah.
name. Yeah, hey.
So, yeah, basically they don't really support this whole thing, but they don't even know about the show. So I'm making the show all by myself.
Yeah.
They will probably know about the show as time goes. When
They'll
they start
just find
seeing it
out.
there. They're like, yo, and I wanna know.
Mom and sis.
You know?
Mom and sis Kababona.
Yeah.
What about dad, man? I know
Yes.
Timer
Nice
had,
pops.
besides what you wanted to do, I'm sure he also had his own expectations of you. You know what I mean?
I think my father would understand because where he is right now, he knows deep down. Well, I think that wherever he's working, why would you need 20 churches?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just have one church and then talk with people that grow your church?
So obviously it's not about the churching. You know what I mean?
I don't want to put it that way, but I just
Yeah.
like, what do you need 20 churches for? Like, for God's sake.
You brought the question up. You know, you led me
You know?
there.
So it got me thinking. Nah, I think he'll understand that I just don't want to do that. You know, I don't want to go around and deceiving people, making them believe in some sort of worlds that I myself don't even know about.
Could it be that maybe that some people have managed to find monetary gain from these beliefs, that's what you don't believe in, that makes you not want to believe in them? Yeah.
Monetary gain or
like tithes and maybe other ways of devotion, like, because it's not only Christianity. I'm sure there's other beliefs as well where you have to give of something as
It's
well.
not necessarily about money.
Yeah.
I'm just saying probably my father is in it for the money.
Yeah.
I'm saying that it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous because there was a story that I heard this other day where it's a father, mother, and a daughter, and then they got in an accident. The father died, and then now the daughter is asking the mother, where's daddy and all that stuff. I think that she's like 6 years or 5 years.
Oh yeah.
So mommy told her that daddy's in heaven, you know. So now the child now says life is boring. She just wants to go to heaven and be with daddy.
Oh, damn.
You understand? So it's crazy to have such beliefs, knowing that you're not going anywhere. You know, nobody can prove that you're going anywhere.
Yeah.
So until then, we're not going anywhere. As far as we know, you're just gonna die.
Yeah, because it's weird. Because then they're gonna tell you, you're too young to go to heaven, honey.
You know? Imagine
And then,
you're a pastor. You have to tell that daughter that God works in mysterious ways. God, you know, you can't tell a child who's hurting, the parent just left, and then you tell them it's God. You know, it's very painful to say things like that. This one, I just realized, gosh, you know what? I can't do that. I'd rather just be as real as possible than to just lie to somebody in their face like that.
alright.
Yeah.
So Namile, I guess we can both agree that then this show is like a reflection of your own personal beliefs, like, you know, to the core, you know. And mind you, by the way, Pablo's beliefs are not necessarily Sextal Wave beliefs. So the show will be aired by Sextal Wave, but you know, the beliefs and everything, these are the views of Pablo. I must emphasize this.
I bet you won't say that when we had Oprah there.
Oh no. I'm saying this because, you know, I believe in stuff. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Hey, there's a lot of stuff that I believe in. So
what do you believe in, Cox? Okay, we'll leave that for the show.
yeah, let's leave that for the show. Right
All
now,
right.
it'll be a lot to get into.
Yeah.
Let's save that for the show.
Actually, I don't even have a belief right now because what is there to believe in? You know?
So
at this stage, I'm just.
So you don't believe in anything right now?
I wouldn't say I believe it. I don't believe in any. Like there isn't anything to believe in, and I don't see why should you even believe into anything.
So you believe in science? Let's say that.
I wouldn't say I believe in science. Science is just knowledge. So whatever knowledge is there, I'll take the knowledge if the knowledge is there. But then if it's not enough, then we don't take it.
Alright, but then some of these people might argue, okay, you say knowledge and they call science witchcraft. You must understand that there was a time when science itself was regarded as witchcraft.
By who?
Yeah?
By whom?
by people who didn't know it as much, who didn't know it, who had no idea of it.
Are we talking about Africans?
Eh?
Are you talking about Africans here, black people?
No, I'm talking about early civilization. They might be white, they might be, you know what I mean. But then there was a time where maybe things that such as science, because we were religious before we were scientific, you know.
Are you aware that the first people were from Africa?
Yeah, that's very true.
And are you aware that science and everything is from Africa?
Yes.
So just because now it went up to Europe, it came back to us. Now we think, or no, because it has a white face, we cannot believe in it anymore.
No, I'm just saying, even when it first started out, you know what I mean? That thing, because it was so out of place, it had never been done before, and here was a group of people now trying to do things that we didn't do. Let's call it African chemistry, you know what I mean? Let's take it there, you know what I mean? These people were called names, you know, and they were told that what they were doing is ridiculous. You know what I mean? And these people were actually laying the groundworks for telescopes and satellites. You know what I mean? So how do you know that's not what's happening with these religions right now? How do you know that maybe what you are saying is not worth believing in? It's just something you don't quite understand right now. And
well, I use knowledge, which is science, to test what it is that they bring forth to me.
True that.
And then I weigh it, and then if it does not fit into the category of reality that we're living in, then I rule it out as just fantasies and imaginations.
Yeah. Alright, okay. Yeah. Scientific process. You know what I mean? It's the scientific process. You know, hypothesis, what. You know.
The same way we use medicine. When you have a headache, you want to use Panado. When you're sick, you want to use so on and so on. You go to their hospitals.
True that. Some people, but then,
now we have
Pablo's
all these masks, guys, because of them.
Exactly.
Because they're telling us there's a virus in the air. Why don't you just walk around thinking, these people are crazy? You just walk around no mask. And you probably would go to jail.
Exactly.
And then you
end up doing push-ups in the middle of the street while your children are watching there. These soldiers will embarrass you, dog.
Yeah.
They'll embarrass. So okay, fine.
Yeah.
Do you and your partner share these beliefs or non-beliefs?
Well, my wife, she's when we met, I was the Christian. She was the African.
Oh, okay.
She was the African, and then she actually kind of showed me the whole, like I said, I left Jesus before I left God. I left the Jesus first because the Jesus thing was just getting too much. You know. And then I started being the spiritual African, starting to want to tap into their stuff. And then when I started looking into the African stuff, it also started being similar to, actually it was even a bit worse than the ones that are there, because the Africans were talking
about... That's where it all comes from. That's the source.
That's what they left us with. They destroyed everything else and left that stuff, and then made it our tradition. And then they call pig intestines and cow intestines our traditional food, and pig feet, and then they call that our traditional food. I mean, we are kings and queens, princesses and all that. We should be eating steaks.
We've been eating ribs.
You know what I'm saying? All the best stuff, all the best veggies and, healthy lives. I'm trying to even get into this veggie life, but it's
the vegan lifestyle it's too hard.
Yeah, it's quite hard. But they're even tapping into the veggies anyway. Also.
Yeah, and I don't know what's vegan about anyway. Is it about how the animals feel before they die? Or?
You know what vegan is about? It's not about this show.
Oh, perfect. Let's get back to it then. Sharp, fine. Yeah. So you and your woman obviously don't share.
About my woman. Yeah. She's still scared about God. She hears everything. Mudim. She's not really 100% sure about
a higher power.
Yeah, but when I ask her where do you know God from, she'll tell you, from the Bible, but she's against the Bible,
But then I got Mudimu is a construct that existed long before Christianity itself. The word Mudimu is before Christians came.
Of course, and then they believe in Badimu to talk to.
Yeah, and there's also exactly.
So that's when we started testing. All right, so Badimu, like in every house, they have a certain corner where they go to. So when I actually went there to that corner, I asked that, so do these people pop up here and start talking to us? And then they don't. You actually just take the snake, you just throw it there, and then you talk, and then you just believe what they're speaking to you. You know,
but what if maybe they don't wanna talk to you?
to me,
I mean, you're sure what you're saying from me. If I had spiritual powers, I'd be like, hey man, this guy is trying to destroy everything I stand for. Why the hell do I have to talk to him? You
but
know what I mean?
I feel like I'm the one who's seeking them more than anybody else. I actually have
yeah.
a show cameras and a crew up in here, so that we can have them to come show us where they're at.
exactly. You know what I mean? So okay, ancestors, wherever you are,
Please,
he's reaching out, man.
Please.
Give him a
can
sign.
you guys hear me? I need you guys to talk to me.
Yeah.
And show me that you are there.
So if you seen if they show them that they are themselves to be there, you'll believe.
Of course I will believe.
And if likewise, if a man from, let's say, the Church of Shembe comes in here and performs wonders for us, you will believe.
Of course, it depends on what type of wonders. If
you will enlist.
If they're properly tested, placed there in front of us, then of course I have no choice.
If
and
Pastor Bushiri as well also does, like,
I know, you see that brother of mine.
Yeah.
I just strongly know that he's just pushing a number.
Oh yeah.
It's just
like for that one, you're sure.
like it's a number that I thought about pushing at church, at my father's churches, but then that's what I'm telling you, that it's quite crazy.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh,
because I could find out information about all you guys right now without you guys knowing, just by having your cell phone numbers. Just put them there.
I want us to talk about the Sunni come back from the break, because it's a very interesting.
All right.
The way you say it like it's something that is actually done by organizations. So
I can do it.
Guys, please join us after this. You gotta find out.
You better be back.
In the kitchen, Nicorita. You hear me on the radio, Nibor in the Chakalaka. Hey, flow, Iko Baba. How you wanna uko dipa? In the kitchen, Nicorita. You hear me on the radio, Nibor in the Chakalaka. Young king from the north side, and I got a chip from a closer. Burning from the side like a toaster. I do my thing, hababa back a Foster. Balenciaga on my feet, yeah, I need that. Two-door beamer with my seat bag. Serving through the curves like a zigzag. FaceTime, I don't do no chit-chat. I'ma need my money, so you gotta pay me. All about my goals like I'm Balotelli. Set my prayers up, Father, can you hear me? With a black bandana like a Machiavelli. You're saying that you're rich, Nico Shripa. Upara kwadi, make a body run a keeper. It's my show, shapu shapu ziko keeper. Nico dancer, shapu shapu, Nico dripper. Got the DJ play my song. Little mama, she be wearing on a thong. Smoke up, we be burning with a bong. Rico Roca, toyando to Hong Kong. Hey flow, Iko Baba. How you wanna uko dipa? In the kitchen, Nico Rita. You hear me on the radio, Nibor in the Chakalaka. Hey flow, Iko Baba. How you wanna uko dipa? In the kitchen, Nico Rita. You hear me on the radio, Nibor in the Chakalaka.
Colonel, it's gonna be a hot day today. Seeing that you've already been down with the heat, please, will you ride the horse, Colonel?
I'm getting stronger every day, and the longer that I stay, they're loving me. You if you're wondering, okay, I was an underling. I played in the other end with jokers. Just didn't think that I would blow up. But Kosra, hotter than a toaster. Treasy got the bag, got the nyogo like I'm Foka. They know the mask, that's the reason by Kovota. I'm the main event, I ain't even on the poster. Tell me how you feeling, she say she feeling hot. Let me tell you what the deal is, I ain't f***ing with a thought. Tell me how you feeling, she say she wanna rock. Let me tell you what the deal is, I ain't finna make a stop, hell nah. This is Alphaa and Omega. Vusi coming from the Mecca. Said he got a couple stacks, even with the best, know we finna make it back.
Hey flow, Iko Baba. How you wanna uko dipa? In the kitchen, Nico Rita. You hear me on the radio, Nibor in the Chakalaka. Hey flow, Iko Baba. How you wanna uko dipa?
Welcome back, guys. It's been a hell of a, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Like, for me, not enough time,
Never is.
This show, guys, it's gonna get a lot of people talking. It definitely has me talking. What's the name of the show again?
The African Awakening Show.
The African Awakening Show, man. It should be the global awakening show. You know what I mean? Like everybody's waking up now.
Life started in Africa, so I figured.
Oh, okay. Let's start here first. Alright, okay, guys. You heard. We'll see y'all in a bit. You know, but yeah, it's the African Awakening. Us first. You know. Yeah. So we were talking about you and your wife's beliefs. You know what I mean? And what you guys believe in. Now I want to know of what you guys believe in. What exactly do you plan on imparting to your child? Which belief do you want to raise your child at?
Okay. You see, the way we grow up, like at my house, like my son loves Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Loves Batman and all those characters. Every time he talks about them, it's but they're not real. It's like, I know. So whenever you speak about anything that's not real, we always put it like that.
Yeah.
So when you talk about Jesus, because the school that he goes to, I actually had to speak with the principal the other day.
Oh yeah.
Tell him that I heard my son tell me about Jesus and stuff. Are you guys teaching him education or are you teaching him church? If it was church, you must tell me so I can take him to another school.
Yeah.
So they told me, no, we just do that. You know, one got to know, then just leave my son out of that.
Yeah.
You know, because imagine if my son was Muslim.
Yeah.
And then you're busy talking about your Jesus stuff.
True that.
So rather just keep it out the syllabus. All right. So now we just teach that thing of whatever is real, whatever is not real.
Exact.
And then you can go and come back and show us if it's real.
Alright. So
you know
so basically he's gonna believe in what you believe in.
No, I'm just gonna tell him what's real and what's not real. And if you want to prove it real, you can come and show us. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
it's okay if maybe somehow he finds what you believe in to not be real.
he comes to me yesterday. He's like, so Daddy, is Muhammad Ali real? Because I always show him Muhammad Ali.
Hey.
So I'm like, yes, it's real. So he's like, where is he? I'm like, but he's dead. So he had this confused look on his face. I'm like, but he actually lived, and there's actually videos and footage showing you that this person was actually here.
True that.
Unlike Jesus, Spider-Man, and everybody else.
Alright, so then what did you say to people who maybe want to raise their children to believe in concepts like faith, you know, which is believing without seeing, or you know?
It's so dangerous. Like those people, they should rather call into the show, and then they must prove to us that whatever it is they believe in first before they want to go teach another child.
You want them to prove their faith.
Whatever it is that they're believing in,
Yeah.
they must come prove it to us first before they can go want to put another child into whatever it is that they are going through. Because it's so dangerous, man, to make people believe in that stuff that you don't even know anything about. You've never questioned. You just sharpen it. So I've seen dangerous things happening, like in the Islam. You know, those guys actually kill in the name of Muhammad.
Yeah, man.
In the name of Allah.
I mean, hey,
you know,
I'm not throwing shade, but you know, I mean, it happens even in Christianity. You know,
Christianity,
the Crusades. You know, and as well as even in our own culture. You know, we've certain villages raided other villages because they believed that the beliefs of that other village were not
exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's a war of beliefs. You know,
and you ask yourself, like the other day, somebody was calling me an atheist, and then I told them, then you are an atheist too. It's like, well, I'm not an atheist. Do you believe in Christian?
Yeah.
Do you believe in Islam? It's like, no. Do you believe in the African? No. So you're an atheist to all the other ones.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So everybody's an atheist in this world. So I just don't believe in all of them. I don't have one that I believe in.
You are an absolute atheist, Shaf.
I'm just a non-believer.
like the last number, boss. I don't believe. Shaf. So fine.
Not enough evidence.
But then, speaking of a person calling you an atheist and a Christian, like you're saying, don't you feel like then there's certain groups that would feel like offended or undermined by what your show is trying to do? And if so, like, how would you address those people?
You see, this type of show, it's not for sensitive viewers or listeners.
Yeah.
It's for people we're actually calling on people to come prove to us whatever it is they believe in. Why should anybody believe into whatever it is they believe in? we're not going to people
Saying
and
that.
attacking their belief. We must get that thing straight.
Yeah.
That's why I'm making the show. That's why you guys are watching. That's why you guys are watching me doing this show here. I'm not coming to you. You came to my channel.
Yeah.
Understand?
True.
So
True.
if anybody comes to the show and feels disrespected and starts cursing and stuff, they will be handled the same way they came to me, because they came to my house and started misbehaving in my house. So if anybody comes to my house and starts disrespecting me, they're gonna get handled my way.
Okay.
And I'm never gonna show any remorse onto anybody. If you wanna come, call us, and then come with the nice pace. We'll follow you with the nice pace. If you wanna go high, we can go high too.
Oh, there it is. I don't think he can say it in much clearer terms than that. You know what I mean? That was pretty clear. But then, all in all, guys, I feel like he the point is clear. You know, it's he's not attacking anyone's faith. He's just saying that, you know, it's a platform basically for everyone to express, right?
Like I said, it's a believers rehabilitation center.
Yeah.
Where a believer who's just tired of, who has questions and wants to just get out of it, like I did. Felt like, oh no man, this Christian thing is not making sense. I need somebody to talk to, because you can't talk to a pastor. He's just gonna take you back into that.
Yeah.
You need somebody who with another way of thinking. So when you come to our show, we can help you out. We can rehabilitate you.
Yeah.
So if people are against our rehabilitation center, it's like being against a rehabilitation center for drug addicts.
Yeah.
So if you're against them, you're gonna have to call the police on you.
So belief is an addiction in a way.
Yeah, now it's become an addiction, and then the pastors and everybody else are benefiting from it. They are the drug dealers.
Yeah. Oh. There it is. It's not just the doctors anymore. Like everyone's on the hustle. Everyone's on the corner now. Everyone's on the corner. Oh
And
damn.
you ask yourself, why is there so many religions with so many they don't tax them, they just let them just live and do their own business?
Yeah.
Why do they allow that system to be like that? It's because they need the control of the mind. So I told you, the brain is a very,
It's a
very,
helpful service to the system.
Biggest
it
Small said,
creates-
it's a terrible thing to waste.
Yeah.
The brain.
Yeah.
The brain is the only thing you have. Nothing else on your body. Like I told you, I had to learn science and biology. Nothing on your body. You can change everything on your body besides your brain.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You can live without everything inside your body besides.
But then your brain is basically you.
Yeah.
So okay, very interesting views, and a lot of people I know might feel a different way, and they're very much invited to come in and have the discussion with us about whether this is right or wrong, left or right, up or down, good or bad. You know what it is.
Yeah.
And then Nambile, now what I'd like to know is long run. Let's talk the long run. What do you feel? What do you hope this show achieves?
1 million views. Subscribers.
Plain and simple.
But, besides that part, I would love to see a whole new nation, because you know people think, hey man, how can you live not believing in whatever? They think
Yeah.
I'm living in a world where it's scary, what, and it's actually
True.
the most peaceful world. And then once we get together, then we can try to find out if there's anything like that, any God stuff. But then once you get to where I am now, you start to realize you don't even have to look for that anymore, because you don't even need it. Why do you even need it to live?
Uh-huh.
I don't think you need God to have good morals. I don't think you need God to know that you can't have sex with your mom.
But yeah, true that. The common sense. I think that should be common sense.
It just stops you from there.
So, but then you're not just I don't know if disadvocate is a word. You're not just talking this way up, like for everything, right? We're talking even the devil, because the minute you sit to saying I'm not doing this for God, when you say devil worship, you know what I mean? So I think we should also make it clear, both sides, all sides, whatever sides you may.
Yeah, because the Africans, you guys should know that you don't even have a word for Satan in your language. You Africans, I'm talking to you Africans, because I don't have it. Because it's Satan, it's still Satan. You know what I mean? There isn't a term in Africa where we know the name of that guy.
True.
What about Lucifer? It's still the terms coming from.
You know, now that I think about it, and I've done a lot of reading, I haven't actually come across a lot of malevolent or bad African gods that unleash unspeakable wrath upon, or maybe I just haven't been reading the right, because most of them just sound like, you know what I mean, folklores and everything like that, which is what everything is at the end of the day. But you know what I mean? Yeah. Africa has a very distinct tone. There's no violence or what. But then let's move on. I'm getting carried away. Carried away.
Sure.
take us through what a single episode will be like of the show, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, let's see. We would have obviously me every single time, and
Yeah.
we'll make sure I have a co-host.
Yeah.
Try maybe every week.
Yeah.
If not, I'll just see somebody who's also on my side of beliefs.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we'll also have a special guest who comes in, whether Christian, whatever, who comes to
Commentator nyana, share views. They don't necessarily have to believe in what you believe. Right?
whoever.
They can be arguing with you the entire episode.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
As long as the show
Have
goes
this
on.
type of person, and then I would love to have an audience. If you don't have an audience, then we'll have callers to come in.
Yeah.
Then want to have a point where we're gonna have these people who are claiming their supernatural powers to come to the show and demonstrate whatever it is that they think that they can do. And then if they get it right, they will get transferred 10,000 right into their account immediately right there on the show.
Cash money.
Understand what I mean? And then actually just wanna have interactions with people, because the show is about the people.
Interaction.
It's not about me or anything. It's
Yeah,
about
hey.
these people calling in.
Because a lot of people like get blindsided by the 10K, you know. Like, yeah, I mean, hey, that's a lot of rants, you know. Yeah.
But as the show goes bigger, the price goes bigger too. You know, might get to your 100,000s to the millions. You know.
Yeah, I mean that will obviously call. I don't think Vele. That would mean what Vele. No one will be winning and be like, you know what?
Yeah.
500 G's, guys. Come on, here it is. Hey, 1 million G's, guys. Eh? Hey, until that one day, that guy walks through and he just takes all that money.
You know, if somebody was to take that money, it would be such a phenomenon. It would be such a big thing.
Oh, like that's what I'm telling you.
Like,
it would blow my mind.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like, not that stuff where Bushir and them said that they can fly in church when they have ropes. Like, trust me, I know how to do a couple.
Has he done that? I don't follow the guy very much. Has he?
Oh yeah, I follow him.
He's pulled some WWE.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
picking up a few things.
Yeah, I know. So actually, I love the guy's hustle, but we're gonna be demonstrating the stuff properly with proper instruments in the studio.
There's gonna be tests and everything that's gonna make sure everyone will get their fair chance to prove or disprove whatever it is that they believe in.
And magic as well. If people think that they have some
magical powers.
Yeah, because I know even
we don't close eyes for shit.
We don't use tools. We use this bending of spoons and stuff. I will bring him.
We'll get you spoons.
Inside the house of spoons.
Yeah.
That one. If I'm in not these things that they come with them bend already and then they just do stuff.
Yeah. I don't even know how that's supposed to work. So okay, guys.
I know how to do it. I'll show you sometime.
Bending a spoon with your mind.
I know a couple of magic tricks actually.
That would actually be a nice segment for the show. You know what I mean? A part where you do something unbelievable.
Nah, but I don't wanna show people stuff like all the stuff they do in the streets of the cards. You know those 3 cards.
Yeah.
I know how to do that stuff. That thing of the paniki.
Yeah.
But in foil and then you must find it. I know how to do that stuff because and then I realized that I don't like ropa.
Yeah.
It's not nice. You need to just be real. It's not nice. It's not a nice feeling where you see a person honestly believing in something that is just a trick, and then because of that you just take it. So they all know it's trick. So that's why I want to just expose everyone, exposing myself as well in front of all of you people right now.
I don't know, guys. So there are some people that might be watching this show and thinking, well, you know, Pablo's got some personal issues. You know, Pablo's maybe he's fighting with his father, and you know, he doesn't. He's just rebelling. You know what I mean? Hey, the rebellious son. You know, so
there are people who used to think like that back then because this thing started. I think I'm going to my 4th year now with this mindset. Before the beginning, they felt that I was just like that, rebelling and all that. That's why my life I had to show my life. My life out there so that you can see that this is not a person of rebel or a person of crying out for help. I'm already set. I have wife, children, everything set and everything. My whole life, business is running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't need anybody for anything right now. Actually,
you don't need any kind of approval or
nothing like that.
Oh, okay. Alright. So this is just basically for your own exploration and discovery and wherever it goes, come what may, let's go there.
Is that Frank Lucas in that American Gangster?
Yeah.
Where he said in his life, it's either you're 2 people
Yeah.
You're somebody or you're nobody.
Oh yeah.
And somebody said you must have something to die for.
Yeah.
And I'd rather die for something like this, where I'm setting the minds of people that I live with on a single day. You know?
I feel you.
And we have our brother Malema, like I said, taking care of the politics. Gonna take over South
True that. Alright.
Open up the borders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, speaking like that, you've never, not even once, bruh, experienced anything you might even have confused for spiritual.
Of course, before I used to think so. That's why there's ways of testing these things. I used to think that I feel the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Especially in church, I used to pray as well for people.
Yeah.
Like I would lay my hand on somebody and feel that I'm moving my spirit to them. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like a godly spirit that went inside of me, which I'm feeling, and I'm sending it to them. And then when I started asking myself exactly what is it that I'm feeling, like testing exactly. It's just some tinkly feelings that you feel around your chest area, you know, your heart area. Then you feel like the spirit inside of you.
But those are not normal, dog. You know, are you getting those feelings now?
Those feelings, you can have them in any scenario as long as you put your mind to it. You can sit and listen to a sad song and cry, watch a movie and cry, watch a video and cry, or laugh or whatever.
Yeah.
Because emotions can be triggered by anything. As long as if your brain is focusing on it, you're definitely going to react to it. That's why I told you about the brain and the studying. I did a whole lot of studying on it.
Oh man, yeah.
It's a lot of stuff. That's what I'm saying. From moving from that Christianity made me go into a whole lot of research because I needed to know. I needed to know if these things are really, really true.
Yeah.
You know, because they're phenomenal. Like, how can somebody walk on water? That's like something amazing. So I needed to know if that's really possible.
If such a thing is capable of happening.
You know, understand what I'm saying? Feeding 4,000 people with fish and all that stuff. You realize,
okay.
so many questions to that stuff.
Let's take one more, the final break, guys, and then we'll wrap it up. When we come back, guys, it's handled and everything. I just have one more question I'd like to ask this guy before we actually break off, guys. Join us after this. Man, Pablo been laying down what the youth would refer to as gems. That's what they call them, right? You've been dropping gems. Yeah, that's what they say. They say you are dropping gems.
I get lost in what they say lately.
I know, bruh. Yeah. It's like every time I step out my house, there's a new term, you know.
Yeah.
Someone just, I'm not even gonna get into that. You know, it's just there's so many of these terms. But then you've been saying a lot, Pablo. You know, you said you like my head's about to explode. But I just need you to be clear on this last one thing.
Yeah.
Before we go, you know, like, what's your take? I just want to know, like, exactly, because you're from that background. What's your take on Christianity? Right? Yeah.
Well, Christianity, ne? Plus, it's the one that I know. So, sort of like a cult. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Because, like, first of all, I don't understand who Jesus is, whether it's his son or it's him himself. That's number one.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna try and explain it, but I hear it's the same. They say it's the same thing.
They say it's the same.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
All right, so it's the same thing. So he brought himself or his son to the earth to come die for sins that we did. I don't even know what we did, first of all. And then he brought himself to sacrifice himself to himself.
Yes. They say he gave up his only begotten son. Like, that means he gave up himself
to prove to himself.
To die for our sins.
Basically to prove to him, because he's the Alpha and the Omega. He knows everything from the beginning to the end. If you know that Jesus is gonna be free, why did you even bring him there? Like, why did you even bring him to this world to come show us anything? You know where my life is gonna end. Why do I even have to come repent? Why do I even have to go through? You bring me to this. First of all, you bring Satan first here, and then after that you bring me here, and then after that you say that I must not sin, and then if I sin, I'm gonna be with Satan and burn for the rest of my life. And then after that, the Bible, because they say that's God speaking, allows a man to keep virgins for himself, It allows slavery.
What part of the game is this? Like, I didn't know.
Slavery. Women are not allowed to speak in church. Women are not allowed to dress in certain type of ways. It's against homophobic ways. It's against. There's so many bad things in there for me to even think. The main one is slavery. For me to think, why would I want to now die? When I die, want to go be with this man who allowed so many things? Because the slavery, I never seen no white man going through no slavery. I saw my brothers and sisters, my mothers and everybody going through that slavery.
True.
Dogs biting our breasts and everything like that. Do you understand what I mean? So the slavery that the white people were using was coated with this book. So they were using that stuff, taking our black people from Africa to America. That whole system that they used in America was guided by the Bible. It's in Exodus 21, by the way, the whole chapter. So in that whole chapter, he speaks on how you label your slave. That's God instructing you. You must label your slave. Your slave can be with you for so long, and then if he comes there if he gets them, then he meets a wife, because they also have female slaves there, and then they get married
in heaven.
No. At the slave master's house.
Okay.
The slave master's house. If the slave comes to the slave master's house and finds a woman there, they get pregnant. They make children. The guy,
little slave babies.
Yeah. When it's time for him to leave, because he serves a certain time. When it's time for him to leave, he can decide whether he wants to stay or he leaves alone. But he cannot leave with those children and the wife.
So the Bible has instructions for breeding slaves. That's because that's what that stuff is.
Line to line, verse to verse. Exodus 21. So, and Exodus 20 is where the 10 commandments are in there. And then immediately 21, there's that. So it got me thinking, nobody ever speaks about this. And when you speak about it, they want to tell you about, no, that's the Old Testament. Man, the Old Testament and the New Testament came out at the same damn time.
Exactly.
There was never a time where there was an Old Testament, we lived, and then the New Testament came. They all came at the same damn time. And then you want to take the 10 commandments, but you don't want to take the slave, whatever. Then they tell you, no, that's the old days. It doesn't matter whether it was the old days. Your God told you how to beat up a person, how to enslave people, how to rape women. And when I say rape women, you cannot pay me with your daughter. Your daughter doesn't want to sleep with me. When you're paying back an old debt with your daughter, and then I go sleep with her, she's going to cry when I'm having sex with her. And that's how these men have this crazy misconception, thinking that they are higher than women in any way. I don't think that men are higher than women in any way. I don't think that there's anything wrong with gay people. I don't think there's anything wrong with what do you call this, a child, because my son is always talking a whole lot of smack, and then that's why he gets a couple of smacks now and then.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to stone your child and all the sick stuff that guy talks
disown about. And
no, he says you must stone them. You understand what I mean? And then a gay person, you must stone them in front of everybody, so that next person must not even think about being gay. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're going to expose you like that. The lives that
and I'm guessing all these, because there's like a lot of versions of the Bible.
No. It doesn't matter which Bible you take. Like in the show, I'll always have Bibles there. It doesn't matter which one they want to use. It will always interpret it the same way. The thing is that once you start reading the Bible,
and they all emphasize the slave parts is all the same in all of them.
Exactly.
No one's been like, maybe this is not right.
They will maybe say servant instead of slave. But it's all crazy stuff. Let's get to the show.
Yeah.
The show. This when you're gonna start realizing exactly what it is that we are actually trying to push in here. But there's something going on.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
But
I feel like you've said enough.
There's a lot that I'm gonna.
If he has to talk, guys, he will never finish. He will never finish.
Even from, they make a big mistake from the beginning. They say in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and then His whatever was moving on the surface of His spirit was moving on the surface of the oceans and whatever. So then after that, He said, "Let there be light." Now, nothing can ever exist without light. He created the earth and the oceans before the light. So that's a big mistake already. From the beginning, he made a mistake. So that's why this whole Bible, I don't have time for it. So in terms of Christianity, I can cripple it a lot. And then they must tell me who did they feed? Did they cook that fish? That 4,000, did they cook it or did they eat it from? There's nowhere where they explain that stuff.
Okay.
And who was counting that those people were 4,000?
Exactly. Okay, guys. There you have it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like he needed to say all that, you know. I felt like he needed to say that, guys. He said a lot, and if you let him speak, he could speak the rest of the night and then some. But we gotta go, you know. This is Pablo. Watch out for the show, the African Awakening show, coming out very soon. You know what I mean? It's gonna be dropping. Check out their page, the Rehabilitation Rehab on Facebook.
Believers Rehabilitation.
Oh, Believers Rehabilitation on Facebook.
But I'm sure you should be
Believers,
having them
yeah, they're gonna appear. Yeah, man. I don't know why I'm even trying to remember them. They are right here: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe, follow us, turn on those notifications so that every time we drop a new video, you see what's happening. You know what I mean? That's how we do it here at Seshtan Wave. Of course, yes. Check us out: Seshtan Wave YouTube, Seshtan Wave Facebook, Seshtan Wave Twitter. Right here. I keep forgetting, you know what I mean? The guys are at the background saying just point, we'll put them in post. So yeah. But anyway, guys,
I always wanted to see that. Say it over here.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's somewhere here. It's somewhere there. And they better put them, because otherwise we're just gonna look stupid pointing around the screen.
Yeah. 1
So
million views, by the way. 1 million
yeah,
views.
guys, so this is day one, our first journey towards 1 million views, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
African Awakening show, you know what I mean? Seshtan Wave production, hosted by Pablo, you know what I mean? And hey man, let's keep having great memories, you know what I mean? I didn't know what to say there, guys.
Yo, shout out to Seshtan Wave, man. Thanks for having me up in here, and thanks for all the stuff we're doing here together, yo.
Yeah,
Big
of
up
course.
to MalcomZee, big up to Cox, big up to the cameraman there.
Dethrone Beats.
Dethrone Beats.
Dethrone Beats. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
so
guys,
thanks,
of
yo.
course. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.
We gonna take an hour and we coming back. You get to get your morning breakfast, then you get to wax. And now we on the road, we heading to the Shopping Plaza. And on the way we must have seen some ladies driving Mazda. My nigga on the road felt like he can get the number, but then his phone just started ringing, so he had to answer. His cousin at the end of the line, he just got out of jail, it's the end of his time. We gotta take a quick turn in to pick him up, but hurry the fuck up, cause I got a munch. Man, I heard about your cousin and it's just too much. I heard he killed like 3 guys and didn't have a gun. It's only 3 years, Aussie out of prison. My nigga told me that he didn't know the reason. And now we in the car, we driving to the fucking scene. I'm not that comfortable about the guy we gonna see. And there he is there waiting in an orange suit. But then the suit